Yeah, this is Radio TV Phono Nut, and we have an unboxing to do. This is supposed to be a late 60s RCA tube clock radio, but it's in a pretty good sized box and it feels pretty solid. I think it was a radio person that actually sold it to me, so maybe they did an okay job with packing this. Let's open it and find out. Alright, we're full of, have all these chunks of styrofoam, and the radio is wrapped up in bubble wrap. Yeah, not only will I bash the ones that do a lousy packing job, I'll give credit to the ones that do a good packing job, and this one was packed much better than most of the radios that I receive off of eBay. And here we are, the RCA Victor AM 5-tube clock radio in very good shape. Looks like it was well cared for and probably wasn't used that much. And we have just a 5-tube chassis here, and it says contains some foreign parts. So let's open it up and see what we got. Here's the chassis. Filter capacitor is date coded the 42nd week of 67. The tuning condenser is date coded the 41st week of 67. And the speaker looks like was date coded the 49th week of 67. So this radio was probably made in early 1968. It's at least a 1968 model year radio. Clock runs, radio has a bad filter cap.
Talks, lectures, courses. On demand, stream any program, anytime on your phone, iPad.
This should be easy. And as far as late tube radios from RCA, I know about this one. There was also a clockless version from around the same time period, and I've seen one AM/FM RCA that had 69 date codes on the chassis that was tube, and it was obviously Japanese made, probably by Hitachi. Now, most of the major companies had gone solid state by about 66, but they still continue to blow out the tube sets for 2 or 3 more years, mostly as a way to use up old parts and to offer a cheaper alternative to the new solid state sets. As best I can tell, a lot of these later tube sets weren't even advertised in the manufacturer's advertising literature. They were just sold alongside the newer solid state sets for a cheaper price. Alright, here's a tube that I suspect is original. It's an RCA tube made in USA, date coded the 4th week of 68. So yeah, this radio was made in 1968. The other tubes are all white labeled RCA tubes that just say replaced with RCA electron tube. No country of origin shown on the tube, but they're probably Japanese. The tuning condenser looks Japanese, as does the audio output transformer. The rest of it, I think, is probably American made. And it looks like the circuit board itself is date coded the 7th week of 65. So this was just a case where I know RCA used this particular chassis for several years, and this was just a case where RCA likely had a ton of circuit boards and cabinets laying around and they wanted to use them up, so they used them up. Okay, standard 50-30 microfarad at 150 volt, and to determine what terminal is what, you just match the X for 50 microfarad is this terminal here, W is 30, this terminal here, and Z is common. That terminal right there. This is our common terminal. Our 50 goes here, and 30 down here to this bottom one. Alright, there are the 2 filter caps replaced. I replaced this AC capacitor across the line with an AC rated safety cap, because in 2 sets with this chassis, one of them I saw short before my eyes and blow the rectifier tube filament, and the other one I saw as it was happening, and I was able to yank the plug before it blew the tube. And then I replaced the AVC filter back there, although that's not that critical, but just went ahead and changed it anyway. Alright, that's the Wheat Country Station, about 30 miles away, 30 or 40 miles away.
Road in Meridian, and right now we're...
Don't know where the sports station is. Maybe they run out of stuff to talk about since the mess with the coronavirus, so maybe they just went off the air.
A Chrysler, or a luxury car like Mercedes, BMW.
There's something distant.
You know, if they aren't totally confident in Minshew and want to go...
Our data, if our numbers continue to increase, we may have to make decisions. As far as your businesses, we're going to be sending out code enforcement officers if there are any businesses not complying to these orders. Also, there is still a curfew in effect into further notice. Their curfew is from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. every day, 7 days a week. As of today, barbershops, nail techs, salons, tattoo parlors are not able to reopen at this time. The governor of the state of Mississippi has not given them the ability to at least May 11th to reopen their doors. We will be working with other small businesses so that hopefully when they do return, we have restrictions to reopen their doors. But as of today, those businesses have not been allowed to reopen. We thank all the small business owners in the city of Meridian for listening to and adhering to the policies and procedures that we have set out in these orders.
Yeah.
A very serious, contagious virus that can affect any of us and our families, so that we ask everyone continue to stay at home, continue to practice social distancing, and if you do go out in the public, please wear your mask. We will get through this virus together, and we will get through this with your help. This is your Mayor Percy Bland signing off.
Thinking about what to get Mom this Mother's Day? Flowers.
He's got a lot of raw ability. When you watch him coming out,
This is the Doug Gottlieb.
Okay, the one on the top is the RCA solid state entry-level clock radio from later in 1968, and it wasn't actually made by RCA, it was made by Esquire Radio, one of the few RCA branded radios that I know of that was made by them. By 68, 69, most everything with the RCA brand on it, radio-wise, was made by Hitachi. Here's the solid state radio, also picking up the Wheat Country Station. Performance-wise and sound quality-wise, they're both about the same. Electrolytic capacitor, the 50 microfarad section, test 8 microfarad, and the 30 test 0.9, so yeah, definitely bad. Alright, there you go, quick little repair on this one, and I think this will be a keeper. Hope you enjoyed it, and more to come later.